Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Chris here. I want to bring you guys a little update on Litecoin, show you what I was looking at. We're going to be looking at Litecoin on the 1 hour. And guys, if you could like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I just want to continue to be able to do these videos for you guys, and that really helps support me. So thank you guys. So first of all, what I wanted to mention, I wanted to go through our higher highs and higher lows and show you what I've been seeing. So guys, this was kind of the start of our run here. We had this little hammer candle right there. Okay, so we ran up to the top here around $100. Then we had a pullback right to here, $96, which was our higher low. Then we came up and we made a higher high than right here, which is around 101.71, right in that range. Then we came back down and we set another higher low, just barely, but it was a higher low than right here. Then we came up and we failed. We didn't have a higher high. We had a lower high. Then that forced us to come back down and have a lower low. And now we've been trying to reverse the trend again, and we're coming back up. Now you can see us wicking up to this same point that we were over here. So we're about the exact same. So we did not make a higher high. And with these wicks, we're wicking to the top of these Bollinger Bands. So a lot of times what will happen is then we'll have a pullback to this middle band, and if we can't hold that as support, then we will drop back down to the bottom of this band. And you'll typically see when we hit the bottom of these bands, then you have a little bit of a run up. When you go through the top of the bands, then you have a little bit of a pullback. So that's the good thing about the Bollinger Bands that I really like. And when you're seeing wicks like this, that means we're being rejected, so you're most likely going to have a slight pullback. Now what I do like to see though is that we are up above our 12 and our 26-day EMAs, so we're treating them as support right now. And we also, it looks like the 12 is wanting to cross over the 26, which would be a really good sign. We want to see that cross, we want to see it come up. So that's a big deal as well. And then guys, you can kind of see we're in this almost symmetrical triangle. This is our top line, this is our bottom line here, and it actually extends back. But I just wanted to look at the 1 hour with you right now. So we're going to see if we're going to be able to make moves and get back up and come down here and have a higher low, and then we need to come up and make a higher high and see if we can break up out of this, which would be awesome. That's what we need, but we need more volume like we have here. That's going to be a really big deal. Next thing I want to look at is the RSI for us on the 1 hour. And you guys tell me what you've been doing. Have you been buying, selling? Are you holding? I want to hear what you all been up to, because I think it's really important that we all learn from each other. So right now our RSI is at 59. Typically, guys, we've been able to run up to around 70 or so. You can see that right here. Let me draw a line for us. Okay, so you see that? That's typically when we've been getting rejected, around 72 or so, 70. Here we came up, got close, 67, 68, and then we got pushed back down. Now we're making another run up. We had that nice candle right here, making a run. Then we started to move sideways, and then we did start to have some bullish divergence there. We were going back up, and we still have a little bit of room to run. We could have another, 11, 12, 13% on our RSI where we could move up, guys. So that's what needs to happen. Really pay close attention to that. So that's a really big deal. Then I want to check our MACD. All right, MACD, we have had that positive crossover. Histogram's in the positive right now, so we need to keep that going, but we need more volume. We need good volume to come in. That's going to be a really big deal. And guys, I just wanted to run to the 4 hour quick. Look at the MACD. So MACD is up above on the 4 hour. Get this real quick. Okay, so we're up above. The histogram has been in the positive, so you see we started to have that pullback. Now we're starting to move back up slightly, so we need to keep this histogram in the positive. That's a big deal. We haven't been in the negative since about the 14th of June. We've been moving up above and in the positive. We've been going up and then down, up and down, just like that. Okay, so keep that in mind. And then let's check the RSI on the 4 hour. See where we're at, see if we have some room to run. Okay, so we're at 53. Then you can kind of draw a trend line here, guys. This is something I like to do. So we'll draw a trend line from here. We'll bring it up. So most likely if we come here and we break down through this trend line, that means we're going to be coming down here, and we're most likely going to break out of the bottom of that triangle that I was telling you about. So keep that in mind. But as of right now, we have been having these higher lows, which we've been moving up, and then we've been having these lower highs. Okay, So really pay attention to that, guys. And then we have to get over, which would be really important too, that right there. So you can kind of see how we're in that wedge. We've been hitting the top. We hit it here once, hit it here once, almost hit it here. We came back down, touched the bottom here, and now let's see if we can break through it. That's the big deal. So really keep a close eye on the RSI. We need to get over these ones here. If we're rejected there, we're most likely going to move back down. We'll test this trend line. So, guys, I wanted to bring this to you. Like I said, let me know what you're doing, what you feel like we're going to do if we're going to get over that 100, because I think that's really important. And obviously, all this plays off of Bitcoin. We know that's the big dog, and that's what we have to deal with. So, keep that in mind. Pay attention to the 12 and the 26 EMA. Another good one to pay attention to is the 50 simple moving average. That's another one you want to look at, because a lot of guys are looking at that as well. But you know, guys, it's better than what it has been, because at the low recently we got down to about $88 or so. So that's nice to see $10 back up in the positive. We wanted to see that. Okay. And guys, one last thing, because I told you I'm new to this, I've just been getting into it. What I wanted to show you. So I didn't know if this, guys, when you see this, you kind of have that little flagpole here, or you can even start it here. Then it almost kind of looks like a bearish pennant. So that's why I said be careful, because we could have a breakout here and then test that low again, that $88. It's either going to be that or we're going to break up. Okay? So pay attention to that. And then this was kind of my wave count that I had. And I think I did this on the daily. It's moved for me. This was from a while ago, day or two ago, but we kind of counted them like that. Then we had our 2 here in the downtrend. Then we had our 3. Then we had our 4 right around in there. Then we had our 5. So just keep that in mind as well, guys. I think it's really important as we continue to study this stuff. And you see at the end of this 5, after we had that sell-off, now we kind of been moving sideways. So we need to come up here, set a 1, or an A, I'm sorry. You can have an A, B, C. Off that, since we had that downtrend, we were counting in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you can have an A, B, C, and then we can start to count again. So keep that in mind, guys. We'll see what happens. And remember, Elliott wave and all that, they're theories, they're things you can look at, but the wave counts aren't always going to be perfect. Okay, so that's something that you have to keep in mind when you're using this technique. It's a good thing to have in your tool belt and to look at, but you want to use that with other Western indicators along with the Japanese candlesticks. That's a really big deal, guys. Okay, so look for this volume like we saw down here to come in. That's what we need to happen so that we can break up out of that triangle there and continue and make that uptrend. All right, because when we were looking at this, you can see how these lows, or these highs, I'm sorry, were getting lower. So we had the lower highs and we had the lower lows. So now we're going to see if we can change that trend. That's what's most important. You have to change the trend. It all starts by a higher high, then a higher low, then a higher high, then a higher low. After we've had what we just talked about, the lower highs and the lower lows. So keep that in mind, guys. God bless each and every one of you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that, and thank you. God bless.